First opened back in 1975. There's a look inside the iconic Caesars Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Today, it's week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the Indianapolis Colts and the New Orleans Saints. Is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. He'll buy some time right. He'll get this one complete there to Pittman. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Play fake. Mayfield. Throw left side complete. That's Taylor. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in coverage. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Mayfield on play action. That is caught. Michael Pittman with it. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A really nice gain of 25 yards. From the red zone now, Mayfield. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical. They've been crisp. And as a reward, They're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Mayfield now. Looking end zone, and he's got his man. It's Woods. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Colts are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Sanchez now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. They'll start on the ground with Madison. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Throwing, Mariota. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. So problems with Aaron passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this 1st quarter.
Sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on one throw.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Here's a throw out wide to Anderson. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. His first catch, good for 16 and a 1st.
That's a nice job right there. Get the ball out to the perimeter, get it to your guy in space. And he's just going to take this, turn upfield, and turn it into a big play in 1st and goal.
Hey, we're 33. Hey,
They'll run here with Taylor. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
Jonathan Taylor, a touchdown machine. He's going to get plenty of looks down here near the goal line. So if I'm on defense, I might start getting prepared to see his number called a couple of more times.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Here's Taylor again. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Colts have taken a 13-0 1st quarter lead. But just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Sanchez now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. Oh, a good return up past the 30.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
First down. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Back to the ground on first down. Here's Madison. And no room that time. Getting it to about the 46. Isaiah Rodgers up to make the tackle. This defense for the Colts, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one. But 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely frees up your guys elsewhere. On third down, Mariota. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. DeForest Buckner make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Yeah, last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Taken in at the 22. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Colts will go on offense here, first and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They are back to 500 on the year, got the win last weekend, and it's one that kept their playoff hopes alive.
And if you do have those hopes,
that's my fault. I didn't think he was going to pick him up because I was off to the races.
So now comes down to how they're going to finish. Not out of it, can't afford any more.
I did not think they was going to pick him up. That's my fault.
Play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Zach Boyd from his outside linebacker spot gets him down there for a loss of 4. Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Mayfield looks to throw.
Good pick. I tried to get underneath it, and his dude went to the perfect spot. I tried to get underneath it. He went to the perfect spot. He went to the perfect spot.
This offense has encountered. They've had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
Just wow.
14-0 to score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he is going to lose yardage here. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down. But sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
He's going to rifle one deep left side.
Got him.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And the Colts are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they can really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of it.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Indianapolis. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
McLaughlin now to add the PAT. And it is now 21-0.
Next the score, Colts 21, Saints nothing.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're getting 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. But that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
On third down, Mayfield.
Wow.
Sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Marcus May.
Wow.
And the Saints force the turnover.
Wow.
They'll take over at the 10.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that third down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out, they threw the and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there with a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
Touchdown! Jonathan Taylor on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Colts are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes the score 28-0.
Saints nothing.
Sanchez now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right, throw it out the window. Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
As we've seen, their first two drives didn't yield anything points-wise. Certainly feels like they think to themselves, it's time to open this thing up, taking the big shot downfield.
An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing is Mariota. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Oh, able to avoid him. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 13 yards, the tally on the return there. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. 1st and 10, Taylor now. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Well, not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mayfield. This pass caught. It's Woods. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jelani Woods. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Colts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes this 35-0 now. Sanchez now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now.
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. That's going to be knocked.
I wanted to be on the safety. They put me on the corner.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
Mariota from the gun on 3rd down.
He still threw that bitch to me. It's like a fly to the to light. Like you see me pressing him.
Sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to
I ain't got no more
need
blitzes.
a big pickup, and on this play, he finds him for the 1st down.
They'll throw again. Mariota. And this is
in their hip pocket.
Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
The offense schemed going 5 wide trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
Now, meanwhile,
It's like 3 people over there, and he's still forcing it.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. Working out of the gun, Mariota.
Great catch.
To the 40-yard line before being corralled. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now.
Got him.
Now here's another interception. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And the Colts are going to get it back here just past the 35. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
Run.
A carry here for the big tight end. And
good job.
Yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. 2nd and 12.
Hey, we're 33. King.
Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 136 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Hey, we're 33.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of good power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards.
Run.
Again, it's Taylor. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Hurry.
A give for Taylor running right side. Gets past 1 man. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. 9 big yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd down.
So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gauton, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
Now it's a bootleg with Mariota. This goes out wide from Madison. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Mariota on 3rd and 2.
Ooh.
There's Chris Olave. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he will go out of bounds down at the 15-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 59 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Dropped back at the 15-yard line. He couldn't get rid of it. He winds up losing a yard. It's 2nd down. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Mariota now. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Mariota to throw it. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more commitment to him in this game.
The kick by Lutz is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. I'm kind of surprised by that they keep the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I don't either. I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they scored here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On 3rd down, here's Taylor. They juked him. And this is going to be a Colts first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the dog ball, pick up the first down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short, that's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school, smash mouth football. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 41-yard line.
From the gun, it's Taylor. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Boy, 179 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And good running, going to get this down close to a first.
This Joker here.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains, but it was enough to get them a first down. And it continues to test the defense. They have to think on every play about who might end up with the ball.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Regular. Hurry.
To the right side, this is
Great tackle.
That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw it for a loss.
He loses 4, and it brings up 4. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to find that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Off the play fake, Mariota. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
And some room to roam now. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 217 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Taylor will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed watching their execution execution throughout this contest.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. No gain there as he kept it himself.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Now Mariota. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both. Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout. But you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Malone. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Malone. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. The Colts on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now a handoff up the middle. Malone. And he'll have the 1st down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Up the middle they go. It's Malone. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
They run the counter. Malone. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the 1st down marker, and now it's 3rd down. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Malone. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. And this one is right through, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down. They stay on the ground with Drake. And he is going to be stopped up at the line of scrimmage. And we'll have a stoppage as well as we have reached the 2-minute warning. On second down, this is Madison. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
They go play action. Mariota. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It's big Trey Flowers getting in there that time for the sack.
Talk about two sides of the ball and cross purposes, because mercifully this game's almost over for the offense, but the defense, they still want to get a few shots in. That front 7, they've loved this ball game. They've been able to pad their stats, and maybe some backups can get in and get a sack as well.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And they will take a knee here.
Did they turn my chew clock off?
Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee.
Did the game turn my damn chew clock off?
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. And they take a knee. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant